Hello, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So, Cancer, today we're going to go over your energy as well as your person's energy. We're going to see how the both of you are currently viewing this relationship and how you guys feel about it and what actions you guys plan on taking each other's direction and are moving forward. So, with all that being said, Cancer, let's get started. So, we do have the Queen of Pentacles for you so far, which I absolutely love. Right now, I see you very focused on yourself as well as your career or your business if you have one. I am definitely getting don't get distracted, don't get distracted, don't get distracted. Interesting. We'll see why I'm getting that for you, because you don't come off to me as somebody who is currently distracted right now. You come off to me as somebody who's very, very focused on what you need to be focusing on, whether that be your education, yourself, your career, your business if you have one. Yeah, you seem very focused to me, but I don't know why I keep getting don't get distracted, don't get distracted. How does Cancer currently view this relationship? Oh, we're going to look into the Tower because I feel like something out of the blue is about to happen that might distract you from your goals, yourself, your career, your business if you have one, you know, your purpose in this life. Let's look at the Tower. Let's see what this thing is that's about to happen to you out of the blue. Tell me more about the Tower. Okay, we have the Ace of Wands to the Ace of Cups. And then we also have the Five of Wands. This to me feels like an opportunity in love that's about to present itself to you. However, we're going to look a little bit more to this person because this individual, man, for whatever reason, I see them bringing in a lot of dysfunction into your life and instability into your life, as well as like drama, into your life. I don't know if I like this person for you. I gotta be honest. You come off to me as somebody who's currently in a good place mentally, spiritually, emotionally, financially, and I am kind of worried that this connection between you and this person could ruin that for you, as far as like your peace is concerned, you know, things of that nature. Let's look into this person a little bit more. How does this person currently view this relationship with Cancer? Okay, so we have the Seven of Swords to the Ten of Swords, and then we also have the Magician out here. Okay, this person comes off to me as somebody who tends to self-sabotage, you know, a lot of good opportunities for themselves. It's like they just can't help themselves, you know, but to like turn around and self-sabotage, you know, every good opportunity that presents itself to them is basically what I'm getting. Okay, so I'm kind of worried and concerned. And the main reason why I'm really worried and concerned is that it's mainly because I feel like when this person does show up for you, you're going to find yourself feeling really drawn to them and their energy. You know, this is going to be somebody that you're going to find yourself, you know, falling for. This is somebody that you're going to find yourself having a lot of desire for. I just don't like the energy that this person's harnessing. Like, I feel like this person's going to bring more bad into your life than good into your life. And that's what I have a huge problem with, because I can see how it would totally benefit them to involve themselves with someone like you. I mean, you're somebody who lives a life of peace. You know, I mean, who doesn't want to be with somebody like that? You know, you're somebody who brings, you know, abundance, stability, structure, you know, into a person's life. In other words, you have a lot to give, my friend. You have a lot to offer. So, I mean, it makes sense as to why it would benefit this individual to be involved with someone like you. I just don't see the benefit in all of this for you. And that's something that I'm having a problem with, to be completely honest, not trying to be a Debbie Downer or anything like that. I just don't want to see you get involved with, you know, the wrong person. You see what I mean? Because this connection feels, you know, like it's just going to bring a lot of, you know, drama, chaos, dysfunction, toxicity, instability into your life. Don't get me wrong, it's going to bring some good, but I feel like the bad truly does, outweigh the good here. And like I said, that's something that I have a huge issue with. The fact that this person is, the fact that this person has a history of self-sabotaging, really good opportunities for themselves, that's another thing that I have a problem with as well. I would like to get a court card for this person. Let's see if I can get a court card for this person. That's too much, but we're going to take it. Let's see. Okay, so we got a page. Okay, so this person is showing up as a page. I mean, that makes a whole lot of sense. Whoever this person is that you're going to find yourself meeting very, very soon, I feel like this is Spirit's way of warning you about this person in advance. In other words, Spirit wants you to basically dodge a bullet here. So your person's coming across as a page, which, like I said, makes a whole lot of sense. Pages are people who are very, very immature. Pages are people that you can't really rely, or depend on. Unfortunately. So I do see a page showing up here, for you. Now, like I said, I think that when this person does, meet you, because it kind of looks like the two of you will essentially meet one another very, very soon if you guys haven't already. This person's going to love and like a lot of things, about you. I am definitely getting that, which makes sense. I mean, what's there not to love, right, about you, Cancer? I mean, you're somebody who is going to bring a lot of good into this person's life. So I get it, that I understand why this person's going to find themselves really, really liking you and wanting to pursue you, in a life with you. However, this person is coming across as a page. I cannot emphasize that enough. This person's going to be very, very immature. This person also isn't the best when it comes down to, managing, money. I'm also getting that. I feel like this person makes a lot of poor financial decisions. I'm also getting that as well, unfortunately. I just kind of feel like this is somebody who basically refuses to grow up. More of the story. They basically refuse to grow up. I don't know if this person's younger than you or what the case may be. Even if you guys are literally the same age, they definitely don't act their age. I can't emphasize that enough. Now, obviously, if this person is way younger than you, okay, then that also makes a little bit more sense too. I mean, they're acting their age, But if they're the same age as you, Cancer, they definitely do not act their age whatsoever. You're far more, mature than this person. You're far more responsible than this person. I just kind of feel like this relationship is going to benefit them a whole lot. At the end of the day, I do see this relationship definitely bringing a lot of good into their life. I just don't see it bringing any sort of good into yours. And I feel like over time, you're going to start to notice that and realize that for yourself, that this relationship, it truly isn't serving you in any way, shape, or form. If anything, it's just taking and taking and taking and taking from you. It's robbing you of your peace, which is, something that you're very big on. I mean, a Queen of Pentacles is somebody who's very big on living a life of peace. A Queen of Pentacles likes structure and stability. And I just kind of feel like this person's going to compromise all those things, for you if you invite this person into your life. I don't know. I want to see you end up with somebody who's going to, I just want to see you get involved with somebody who's going to help you, not take from you. You see what I mean? And I feel like this relationship is just going to take from you if you invite this individual into your life and decide to pursue a life with this person. How does Cancer currently feel? All right, here we go. We have the Eight of Swords, we got the Judgment card, and then we also have the Six of Cups. The bottom of the deck, we do have the Nine of Pentacles, and there goes the page again. There goes the page again. In regards to how you're currently feeling about this relationship, I do see you meeting this person. I do see you developing a very strong and intense connection with them. I am definitely getting that. You're a very spiritually based person from the looks of it, especially with the Eight of Swords, the Judgment card. It's like you're questioning, okay, why did the universe send this person into my life? What's the purpose behind it? What's the meaning behind all of this? What am I supposed to learn? You do come off to me as somebody who's very spiritually based, because I do see you asking a lot of, questions when it comes down to why they're here to basically begin with. With the Page of Swords to the Nine of Pentacles coming out here, you know, this person really, really does like a lot of things about you. They like the fact that you're independent. They like the fact that you're attractive. They like the fact that you're very hardworking. They like the fact that, you know, you're just somebody, you know, who brings that sense of, you know, stability, right, to the table, because that's what this person truly wants and desires within a person, is somebody who bring stability and abundance and all that good stuff to the table, even if they don't basically bring that themselves. So this person comes off to me. That's another thing to look out for, you guys. Another thing to look out for. This is that type of person that expects all of these things from a person that they themselves can't even give to a whole nother person. So for example, you know, this is somebody who expects to end up with somebody who has a lot going for themselves. You know what I mean? Even if they don't have a lot going for themselves, they expect the person that they're with to have a lot going for themselves. They expect the person that they're with to bring abundance and stability to the table, even if they don't bring that themselves. Like, this is that type of person that, you know, expects a whole lot from a person when they themselves can't even, like, you know, bring that to the table. So that's another thing too that you need to kind of like watch out for when it comes down to this person. They want everything from a person that they themselves can't even bring to the table. How does this person feel? Yeah, this is a true page that we're talking about here. We got a Page of Pentacles energy again with the Nine of Pentacles, and then we also have the Wheel of Fortune. Well, yeah, no, I don't blame them. You know, this person feels like they really did hit the jackpot with you. I don't blame them. I don't blame them. I will feel the exact same way that this person feels. Another thing too, this person feels very, very good about you and this dynamic that they share with you. I am definitely getting that as well off of this person and their energy. What is this person's intentions towards Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Okay, we have the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is attached to the Ten of Cups, which speaks of a loving and healthy relationship between two people. So this is somebody who's going to, you know, want to pursue a relationship with you, FYI. We do have the Ace of Swords, and then we also have the Nine of Cups. So that's kind of telling me that this person genuinely does feel like, you know, like you're the one for them, like you're the perfect person, you know, for them. Now we have the Page of Swords, and then we also have the King of Pentacles out here. This person knows that they are definitely, how do I explain this? This person knows that you are obviously somebody who brings far more to this table than, you know, they do. And I do feel like that's something that this person is very worried and concerned about in regards to you, because they know that you are somebody who brings far more to this table than they do. So they don't know if this is going to be like a deal breaker for you or not. They're obviously hoping that, you know, you'll be, you know, open and receptive, you know, towards them and where they're currently at in life. But yeah, this person, they know that they're definitely not somebody, you know, of your caliber. In other words, they don't bring as much to the table as you do, but, you know, they're really hoping that it's not a deal breaker for you. It's not a deal breaker for you. Another thing too, this person, because you are somebody who brings far more to this table than they do, they're kind of shocked and surprised that, you know, you're actually, you know, giving them a chance. I'm also getting that. Like, they just didn't expect someone like you to give someone like them a chance. Okay, it's like this person's looking at you like you could have like any man and or woman that you basically want. So the fact that you're giving them a chance, they're kind of shocked and surprised by it, but they feel very lucky. They feel very lucky. I am getting that. All right, what actions will Cancer take towards this? Okay, we have, we have the Lovers, we have the Queen of Cups, and then we also have the Five of Pentacles out here. Okay. I do see you overlooking the fact that this person doesn't bring as much to the table as you do. I do see you overlooking that, okay? Not only do I see you overlooking that, but I do see you definitely falling in love with this person. The bottom of the deck, we do have the Devil, we have the Ten of Wands, we got the Three of Cups, and then we also have the Knight of Wands. Okay. Okay. Um, okay. Between you and I, and this is honestly between you and I, this is an energy that you're going to find yourself feeling in the future. It could be in the near future, or it could be 3 months from now, or a year from now, or 2 years from now. I'm getting an energy of embarrassment. You feel, how do I put this? You're not entirely proud of what you have by your side. In other words, you're not entirely proud that you have somebody who doesn't really bring as much to the table, you know what I mean, as you do. Because I'm getting an energy of you not being 100% proud of what you have, by your side. I'm just getting an energy of like, embarrassment. I also feel like your external reality plays a role in why you're so embarrassed, and why you're not quote unquote proud. For example, you might have family members and friends that are currently dealing with somebody who they can rely on and depend on financially, but you're just not in that predicament because of the person that you're currently with. They can't be able to essentially provide for you, financially. So then there's that. I do feel like your external reality plays a massive role, and why you're not proud and why you're embarrassed. I am getting that. So you might have friends, for example, of yours that has a significant other, and that significant other, just recently bought them a car or something, or an expensive gift, and, gives them money to go get their nails done and their hair done. Well, this person that you're currently with, they can't really do all of that for you, but that's something that you knew from the start that they can't. They can't do all of those things, for you. I kind of feel like over here it may not bother you as much, but then like over time it starts to like really bother you. Like, man, like this sucks. Like, my best friend, like, their significant other like gave them money to go get their hair done and their nails done, gave them money to go to Target, and this person, like, they don't do that for me. But that's kind of why, I see you falling into this, energy. That's kind of why I am getting that. Heck, you might even have, family members and friends that are like housewives, or hubby. Well, how do you say that? I was going to say housewives, or like husbands or hubbies or whatever the case may be. But you're not in that, position, to be able to be a housewife, or, a husband, I guess, that stays at home, you know what I mean? Because, you're dealing with who you're basically dealing with. But we have the Ace of Swords, we got the Page of Swords, and then we also have the High Priestess. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, we do have the World, we got the Two of Wands, we got the Ace of Wands, and then we also have the Five of Swords. I'm getting like a bragging energy coming from this person, which is great, I guess it's great. This is how different you guys are experiencing this relationship. See, this person walks around like, yeah, you see that over there? Yeah, that belongs to me. That belongs to me right there. Yeah, that's my girl. That's my man over there. You see that? That belongs to me. You ain't doing all of that. You're not out here doing all of that. You're not screaming from the rooftops, that's my man over there. That's my girl over there. You're not doing that. You ain't doing all that, Listen, we have the Ace of Wands to the Five of Swords to the Two of Wands to the World coming out here. This is going to really start to bother you, that you're with somebody that you can't really rely on or depend on, or can't go out there and buy you nice things, I guess, and make you a housewife, or a husband that stays home, whatever have you. I feel like it's going to really start to like bother you, and it's going to start to create a lot of tension and conflict, but between the two of you is basically what I'm getting. Another thing too, you're dealing with somebody who harnesses a lot of fixed energy. Basically what that means is this: what you see is what you get. If you don't like the fact that this person doesn't really have the desire to grow and evolve financially, that's just something that you're just going to have to continue to deal with for as long as you're involved with this individual, because they harness a lot of fixed energy. What you see is what you get. Okay. So if you don't like that about this person now, you're not going to like that a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. You're not going to like it. This is somebody who does not have the desire to change. They do not have the desire to change. They don't have it. They don't have it. And you got to understand, let's kind of try to see things from their perspective. This person's out here living the good life because they have someone like you by their side. So they don't really see, the need, I guess, to like go back to school and further the education to land a job where they could generate more money / income into their life as well as into yours. They don't really see the desire or the need to start that business they've always wanted to start, because for what? You got it. You got it. So what's the point? What's the point? I feel like this person just doesn't have the desire, you know what I mean, to change. They just don't have the desire to change. They just don't have the desire to improve their financial situation. I am definitely getting that they're very proud to have someone like you by their side, because like I said, this person didn't necessarily think that they would ever be able to land a man or a woman like you. So yeah, they're absolutely proud, and they're going to be freaking screaming it from the freaking rooftops. The problem is that you ain't doing that. You're harnessing an energy of embarrassment. You're embarrassed by the person that you have by your side because they can't, do for you the way that you could do for them. And then you got your family members and your friends, with people that can clearly do for them. And you're dealing with somebody who cannot do for you. So yeah, it brings that energy of shame and embarrassment to you. But they're very proud of you. They're proud to have a man or a woman like you by their side, and I feel like this person talks about you a lot. Like, yeah, that's mine over there. That's mine over there. Yep, that over there. Yep, that belongs to me, you guys. That belongs to me. That's mine over there. You ain't doing that. You ain't doing that. And that's just between you and I. And I don't even think you would go as far as to say what I'm seeing here in your energy, which is embarrassment, shame of who you have by your side. I don't think that you would even go as far as to say something like that to this person. And, I think that it's just, you guys are very kind, individuals. You guys don't like to say anything that could potentially hurt a person's feelings. I get it. Why you wouldn't go as far as to say all of that. But I feel like people close to you know that you're not entirely proud of what you have by your side. I just don't feel like they know. And this is kind of why I do see you guys, yes, experiencing some tension and conflict with one another due to this matter right here. And I feel like it's going to catch this person off guard. What is your problem with me, Cancer? Why does it kind of feel like, you don't love me anymore or like me anymore? They're not going to know what's going on, with you, but I just feel like it's because you don't dare tell them, like, listen, I'm kind of embarrassed by you. Like, to have someone like you by my side. You can't do this for me. You can't do that for me. Like, I'm kind of embarrassed right now. Kind of ashamed right now. Like, look at my friends. Like, they're going on, their husbands are taking them on vacation and you're not taking me on vacation. Their husbands are, giving them money to go to Target. You're not giving me money to go to Target. You know what I mean? Like, the very thing that you're currently overlooking now, in the future, you're going to find yourself no longer overlooking, is basically what I'm getting. Okay. And unfortunately, it will create a lot of tension and conflict, but this is one thing that I do want you to know. The desire that they have to change that about themselves, it's just not there. This is why I'm saying what you see is what you get. If you don't like what you're currently dealing with, the only way I don't see you dealing with that anymore is to simply remove yourself from the situation, because that's not something that this person's going to work on and or improve. All right. So that's what I have for you. Hopefully the reading helped. Hopefully it resonated, and I will see you guys in your next reading. Bye.